Afternoon.
Hi.
It's that time of year. We need to be sowing our biennials. So I'm talking about Sweet Williams, Foxgloves, Hesperis, which is Sweet Rocket, Ericium, which are English Wallflowers. I'm a little later than I would have liked. It was too hot. It was just not even worth trying to do any propagation at all over the last couple of weeks. It has now cooled off. The weather looks like it's going to be much more sensible.
So it's still not too late then?
Oh, it's not too late. No, it's definitely not too late. We're in the mid-20s now. The humidity has really dropped off, so it's a really good time now to be sowing it. Two options. You can either sow it into trays or pots, and you could, if you wanted to, you could do direct sowing outside. Now, direct sowing of biennials was always the old traditional way to do it. I'm going to show you, we're going to do some wallflowers, the old-fashioned way. But if not, trays, plug trays, doesn't really matter. They do not need the greenhouse. A protected cold frame would be ideal, and a little bit of shade. Don't put them out in the full sun. They'll dry out too quickly. And I mean, Sweet Williams typically are better off grown in a bit of part shade. The same with Foxgloves. Everybody assumes that both of those two prefer full sun. They do not. Foxgloves in particular are edge of woodland plant. So a little bit of shade, certainly from the midday sun. And especially here in Ontario with the temperatures we've been getting, they really do appreciate a little bit of shade. This is a bit of a potting mix, actually. It's got peat perlite, and it's got a little bit of wood fibre in it. It's got a little bit of very fine wood chips as well. It'll be absolutely perfect for what we're sowing. So plug tray, fill it up, give it a tap, and then just remove the excess. Don't be packing it down really hard for any sowing. It does not want to be compacted too hard. So I'm going to do the Sweet Williams first. And what I do with these, nothing fancy, little indentation. I don't know what that is, probably about 3. I'm going to say 3 mil. Because I'm doing Sweet Williams are fairly big seed. So it's a bit bigger. Foxgloves in a minute, be a much almost on the surface. So the Sweet Williams, again, from my favorite seed company, Chilton. Now this variety, all these are actually, most of these are actually named varieties. So this is Purple Crown. So once you start getting into the named colors, you don't get an awful lot of seed. You don't want to hear what Julie just said because she got bit on the leg. So she's going to actually edit that bit out.
It hurt.
Yeah, so not a lot of seed, but I'm under strict orders from the filming department, the financial department, the banking department, to stop sowing so much freaking seed. We don't need thousands of plants of everything.
No, we really don't.
So I've got to downsize. It's hard. I want to sow everything and grow everything, but I can't. But these, I don't know if you can see them. They're black seed. So I'm literally just going to try and drop one in every little indentation I've made. Now, if you can't see it, believe you me, at the moment, I've managed to drop one in every single... Oh, 1 in there.
Did you just put a label in?
Yeah. Well, it's a mixed tray. I've got to.
Oh.
It's got to be labelled, and always label. As I've said many times, regulars will know, you label left to right, front to back. If you remember that every single time, doesn't matter. You're labelling plants from seed, from pots, whatever. You do that, you will never get mixed up. Now this one is Newport Pink, and it's quite a lot more seed. That's a really good amount of seed. That'd be enough seed to do this whole tray. But as I'm not allowed to, I'm literally just going to sow 2 rows. But this one I'll sprinkle. Can you see me sprinkling?
Sure.
See, I'm sprinkling. So while Julie wasn't looking, I stuck an extra row in of each. And then we've got Albus. I've got about another 10 different varieties, so I will sow all those.
Of course you have.
Yeah. Lots of different colors. I'm not going to do all that now and bore everybody to tears.
That's good.
Now, the last two, there was lots of seed. So with those, it was a really generous sprinkle. I don't care if there's 2 in a plug tray or whether there's 10. I will just plant them out as a whole clump. Now, bear in mind, all of these are going to get planted out probably in another 6 weeks' time. 8 weeks' time, 6 to 8 weeks' time. Give them a chance to get a root system down before the cold weather comes in, and they will be nice clumps. I'm not going to prick them out. I'm not going to thin them out. They will overwinter really nicely, and you'll see the benefit of planting them in big clumps next year when they flower. So another one I'm going to sow is Hesperis matronalis mixed. So it's Sweet Rocket. Really nice early spring flower. Self seeds.
So the lifespan of a biannual.
So life cycle, if you want to call it, a biannual. So a biannual, we're going to sow it now midsummer of 2026. We will then plant it out late summer, early fall into its flowering position. It will overwinter there. Even here in Ontario, we know because we've done it for several years that it actually works. So overwinter, and then they will flower next year. Many of the biannuals will hang around for a couple of years, maybe 3 years if you're really lucky. But typically a biannual flowers 1 year, seeds and dies. We only need 2 rows of these. I haven't put date on it though. Just check back on the video. So that's 4 varieties of Sweet Williams, 1 variety of Hesperis, and it's just really just a light covering. It's nothing very much, just enough to cover the seed, and that's enough. And then I'll just gently just move it all in, and then these will obviously get a good soak, and I'll just take you up and show you where we're going to put them. So cold frame is wire mesh on the base, and wire mesh top, and then I have shade to pull over when it gets really hot. Mostly salad stuff in here as well. Again, doesn't want the full sun. And then they'll stay in here till they germinate, slowly harden them off, and then, like I say, they will get to, as plugs, they will go straight out into the garden. So this is some of our own collected foxglove. This is a mixed, so I don't know what they are. It's just licorice all sorts, literally. So we've just been and picked these now. So we're really not having to buy any fox. Once you've got foxgloves in the garden, really, you shouldn't need to buy them ever again. They self-seed so easily. One thing you must remember though, if you've got any of the biannuals, don't be mulching. After they've dropped seed, don't be putting a layer of 2-3 inches of mulch down. They were not going to germinate. Foxgloves particularly are they almost need no covering. They're better off in a way just on the surface and not covering. I like to cover just in case they risk of them drying out, but a very, very, very light covering.
And how do you know that the seed is ready to collect?
Okay, so
now you shook it all out.
Well, now I shook it all out, yeah. There's a head we've just cut. And you can see these are nice and dry. So these were, timing wise, these were just, and there's seed actually dropping out. Doesn't matter because it's all going to be foxglove in this tray anyway. But there we go. That's how small it is. It's just some come out of the seed pod now. You can see it's really tiny. It's like dust almost.
Barely a depression.
Oh, it's just enough just to keep the seed where I want it. That's literally it. There's the seed. I've got to be really careful. The wind's picked up, of course, when you don't want it to. But you can see the seed is varied colors, so it's very different colors. various
coloured.
different coloured seed, different coloured plants. And then it really is just a sprinkle in every little depression that I've made. Again, you're going to have a real job seeing me do this. But there is seed going in, honestly. A good sprinkle in every little depression that I've made. So that's the whole tray sown. And literally all I'm going to do is I'm just going to put one handful on, and then I'm just going to spread it around. Now, if it moves the seed a little bit, doesn't matter. Really doesn't make any difference at all. Now, if you're doing name varieties or fancy varieties, obviously you have to be a little bit more careful. But in our case, it doesn't matter. Now, what you have to bear in mind, we have a brand new garden here. We have no plants here at all. So I did have, I bought foxgloves with us from our previous property that I'd sown and grown, and did get some planted out. Not where we want them eventually, I just wanted to get them out. That's where we've collected the seed from. If you have them in the garden, the chances are you'll never have to buy seed again. Let them self-seed or collect the seed and spread it around yourself. You don't have to do this. You can do it direct into the garden if you want. There's no need to be putting it into seed trays or plug trays. We're doing it, obviously. We're not ready to plant it out yet.
And plus we want specific areas for these, don't we?
Yeah, exactly. So 2 reasons, as Julie said. Specific areas, but the gardens aren't ready. They'll be ready by the time they're ready to be planted out. Now, these will form quite big clumps. I'm not going to split them. I'm not going to divide them. And they'll go straight out as they are. There was some lettuce in here. They've bolted, so pulled them out. Any little space you've got in the vegetable garden will work, actually, for your biennials. You can do your foxgloves, your wallflowers, your whatever you want, biennial-wise. Perfect use of the space. So, like I said, there was lettuce in here. I'm just literally just gonna... This is so light and fluffy still. Obviously, all new beds. Just gonna give it a little fluff up. Nothing fancy. Make a bit of a drill with the old finger. Again, not too deep. And then, as we do with all of our direct sowing with veg, we flood the drill before we actually put any seed in. It gives it a really good soak. Water's right where you want it. Good. Dribble right when you see how good draining this soil is. The water's just disappearing. So Ricium chirai, it's fine mixed English wallflower. It's not a traditional plant here in Ontario, but certainly in the UK it is. And the scent from these things, it rivals rose. As far as I'm concerned, it rivals can't say the word now.
Bring another senior
rivals the scent from roses. It's absolutely fantastic. Now, the only other thing with it is it will not winter outside. So with these, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to sow these. We'll get them germinated. I will then lift them, prick them out, and then they'll go into tiny little pots. We'll overwinter them. And then probably somewhere around about end of February, I'll pot them up. And then they'll start flowering in the polytunnel in the spring. You could do it in a greenhouse. But again, the scent is just, it's unreal. It really is. Absolutely. Yeah. Knockout.
Beautiful.
That's the word. Yeah. Something like that. Can I kneel down now?
Sure.
Now, I can remember as a kid, I don't know what I'd have been, probably 8 or 9, going with my dad to the nursery, the local nursery, to collect our wallflower plants. And we used to actually go and dig them up. They used to be in rows like this, grown outside. We would go and dig them, bare root them. They'd always end up bare root. And then soak them in a bucket. And then wrap them in good old-fashioned newspaper. Take them home, and then they get planted out. So there's lots of seed in this packet. And again, I'm just literally just going to cover this. Doesn't need a huge amount of covering. That's about it. And then just back of the hand, just give them a little tap, firm it down. No need to water. We put all the water in the trench. You could do your Sweet Williams like this. You could do your foxgloves like this as well if you want. The only reason I'm doing the wallflower like this is because I know I'm not going to be planting them out this year, so I can lift them quite happily, put them in the pots, see them through the winter. Hollyhocks is another one you could sow the same way. I cheated. I did them last year. I got some small plants, so they'll go out now as soon as the gardens are ready for next year. I think that's pretty well it for biennial. Oh, forget-me-nots is another one that you can do. If you look, it's one of those things. Once you've got them in the garden, you'll always have them. But as for us here, new garden, I will be doing some forget-me-nots. Just not quite yet. They don't take very long, so I'm not in a rush to do those. So I think that's pretty well all the biennials covered for now. The soil at the moment, if you can keep it moist, is perfect for germination. Obviously, keeping it moist, but the other thing is don't let everything overheat. If we do get another heat wave, you just be careful with some of this stuff. That's why in one way I like doing it in a coat frame, so I can put shade on when I need to.
Yeah, so in the UK at the moment, they're having such hot weather with no rain.
Yeah, that could be more of a challenge for you trying to do it in the garden. You might be better off doing it, sowing them into pots and trays, and then putting them on a shaded wall would probably be the best bet. North-facing wall, somewhere like that, where they'll be a bit cooler. They'll still germinate. The night times are still warm. There's no problems with that. And even here, if we do get another heat wave, just be careful with anything that you've freshly sown, whether it's straight in the garden or in pots or planters. It's going to be the sun. The sun will scorch new germinated seedlings really, really quickly. So just bear that in mind. Coat frame is perfect. I can put the shade on and off as it suits. So until next week, or until the weekend, or until whenever we get the next video out, thanks for watching and goodbye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.